Hello and welcome to the Wealth Hub podcast. I'm your host, Sharon Tomoshabe. And on this episode today, we are very thrilled to have a gentleman called Eddie Kiwanuka. Most of you know him as Mr. Gugusa. He has joined us today to just help us understand how the people in the informal sector are actually planning for retirement. He is a mechanic and he will be letting us know how they actually go ahead and plan for retirement in the informal sector. What options do they have and how are they managing their money? Eddie, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Shan. I'm so privileged to be here. And let's roll. Why not?
Kindly go ahead and introduce yourself.
Edward Kiwanuka is my name. I am a mechanic. I am an influencer. I do emceeing. I am a rugby fanatic. I do so many things. In this Uganda we live in right now, you cannot be doing one thing and you survive.
True.
You must be doing so many other things. You need to try so many other things so that you can survive in this Uganda we are into now.
When did you become a mechanic?
If I tell you, I became a mechanic way back when I was like 7 years. My father used to be a technical school teacher. And after teaching at a technical school way back then in Kenya, he used to get some extra work at home. He brings in clients at home, and then we open up engines, we open up so many things on the vehicle. And he used to send me to bring in spanners, and so I was used to that. And the most interesting part was the petrol. When you touch into petrol, it's cold and it's nice. Oh. So I used to enjoy that. So I used to open up things, put in a very big container and tell me, Yoza. Yes. So I used to know each and everything. And when he was used to work, as a boy, you send me, ndetea namba msamvu, ndetea namba mkaga, bring for me that. So I was used to that. I grew up knowing that I would be a mechanic. So I started being a mechanic when I was 6. And I was very clear from that day. I used to tell my father, I used to tell my mother, Zendi Makanika. And up to now, people who know me, others call me Makanika, but I am a mechanic.
Mechanic.
Yes, and he used to encourage, he said, it's not bad, but you need to go osome.
That's very good. Yes, so you actually went to school?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
yes, I did.
Good.
And I've gone through phases.
Okay.
Actually, the most should I say, an interesting part of my story is I never went straight to the university.
Okay.
No, I never. And I didn't want it that way because nalabangabi induisa. But as we speak now, people who are skilled like me or any other person there, it's a way to go.
Okay.
I'm not discouraging people who are going to the university, but you can imagine after my O-level, I started small with a certificate. I went for a diploma, and then I upgraded. I upgraded my how can I say? I upgraded my being a mechanic.
Okay.
So it has been a journey. It has been a journey. I'm privileged that I got friends that helped me to upgrade myself, going out to study. I went to Tanzania to study about the same. I went to the UK to study. I went to Scotland doing the same thing. So if you talk about a mechanic, I'm not the usual mechanic you know. I am, in fact, I specialize to be a diesel specialist. So I service and repair what we call injector pumps. So that is my specialty. Oh. But I prefer calling myself a mechanic because from down there, you have to go through everything. You have to go through steps. Yes.
Okay. So I would like to know, how are you planning for retirement? When you go back to your colleagues that you work with in the industry of being a mechanic, how are they planning for retirement?
A mechanic, when a mechanic is young, we don't even think about retirement.
Really?
The first things we do is once we start getting money. First of all, it's like we come from one family.
Really?
All over the world. All over the world. Everywhere I've traveled. It's like we come from one family. First of all, you if you have gone to school, okay? When at school there, we always talk about being big. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to try out this and that. Now, I'm talking about a mechanic who has gone to a technical school, gone through a university, something of a sort. Planned mechanics. Now, we talk about things, we think about things that are very big. First of all, every mechanic you see out there, we always want to drive.
So the first thing you do is to buy a car.
Do you even have the money to buy the car? We start by driving other people's cars.
The ones that bring the cars to the garage.
Hey, my friend, before you even drive a client's car, do you know what it takes for a client to leave a car with you? It takes some time, and that means it is reputation, and then creating that trust with the client. But we start from the usual workshops, sembe here, there, and before you know it, you know how to drive. Most mechanics never went to driving schools. Motoka tuyigira kuzamu. Hey. So, first of all, they are big spenders.
Big spenders.
Makanika.
Yes.
Bajoga. But again, first of all, it gives us the vibe, and then it's one way to get clients. Those happening places you see, it's where we get clients from.
So the first thing that you think about is spending.
First spending. You are talking about retirement to a mechanic. What is retirement? When I went today, I've got 100,000. Tomorrow I get Maika 50. The other day, an inch Kuba, and I get 500,000. Do you know what it means? That means every Sunday we have to go to Mulungo for fish. That means we have to go somewhere. We always find somewhere. And then we always go in big numbers. How? If I work for Joseph, I'll call someone who works for Jane and Janet. And we meet there. And ask, Shani wa mwechidi chitia. Amsaja tumatuma spano. Hey. So that is how they first learn how to spend. Okay? And then after with time, like how long now? It depends. God gives us a chance, second chance always. Just know from experience, the first time a mechanic will always want to spend. You might not spend on drinks. You'll find a mechanic who doesn't even drink. Nenga kuba mama. You see him on phone. Or you'll find someone else. He wants to buy clothes. It will touch every minute, every second. What?
So saving, investment, sitting into it.
And tomorrow we are going to get.
Today,
I
get you.
Okay? And then we always have those people. Now, our so-called for supervisors, most of them don't advise the young mechanics on saving. Okay, and then you'll find people, we come from different walks of lives, or you have your own goal, I have my own goal. Maybe I came from the village, I need to go back home and put things together. And then you find Shan, somewhere they have everything, is into this because you don't have good grades. So you can see a combination of so many people. But the saving culture, at the early stage, you don't even think about it.
What do you usually put money in?
So many things. The money I'm talking about is not that big money we're talking about.
It is the small money that we put aside to make big money.
I'm about to come to that.
Okay.
But at first, big money, when you see your boss is driving, he has a house, what? You think, he got that big money now. Yes. But as time goes on, you start realizing so many things.
Time.
Time.
When time goes on, you get to realize that I am 35,
I'm
30
30.
I'm 30,
Yeah?
I'm 40.
And you look at yourself, you start evaluating yourself, you have nothing.
You've not planned well.
You've not planned well.
You've not saved.
The things that you can look at, you look at your kameza, you have a TV, a flat screen. Hat man a little flat screen. And someone will go straight. He will kusonda his kamane. Gamba. When you're still young, you say, aha.
So you buy material things more.
Exactly.
So if a mechanic is thinking about investment, what are those things they put money in? Let's say if you're planning for retirement.
Okay, people have woken up right now. So you'll see so many mechanics. You'll see everywhere there is a garage or workshop, you'll see so many spare part shops. You see spare parts here, there. Now they've learned if someone works on a vehicle and he gets maybe acre 20, acre 30, acre 50, you see a very young boy now. We'll give an example. If he works from Chireka, he'll go to Chiseka, Nasuburayo, washers. I'm starting now from the washers. Now, if he gets a packet of 100 washers, okay, at let me say 10,000, and he comes to Chireka and wait for these people who want to buy washers, and he sells a washer at 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, it depends. So
that means every time they make money
now,
they reinvest it back into the business.
Yes.
So Tewali or anything like diversification, just besides being a mechanic, investing all my money in a business, everything in a business, I need to diversify and invest some money in other investments, or at least have a place you put money that is not only the business that you're doing.
Not so many, but not so many. And then most of them who are doing that, beba funye second chance. Yeah, Funa saying you got your money, you spent all the money.
You've learned from your experience,
from your mistakes, and they say,
now I need to.
Yes, you can fall sick, and you cannot go to the workshop and work. Okay, and you people at home need to survive. You have children. You have dependents.
So life teaches you a lesson.
Exactly.
So maybe, Eddie, just to ask something. Where is the challenge? Where is the challenge? Are people not having enough information?
People are not having enough information.
Are people not well educated?
Not all of them. Even the educated one. I'll give you an example. If you see how many, these guys who come around asking for people for you want a loan.
Abaloni
batuuka ku ground up to that young boy. Okay? To give loans. And you ask someone, a loan, I can give you from 20 to 2 million shillings. And then how do I pay back? You can pay back in a year or 6 months, depending on what you want.
So people that are selling investment solutions are not reaching the grassroots person.
They are not. Mechanics have started improvising. There are so many ways how they are selling their money. Others are reinvesting their businesses, and then they've started their groups.
Circles.
You'll find they have a book.
They use books.
Yeah. I'm telling you what is happening there. They have books. On Saturday, everybody will be there to get the money. And then others will say, Tufuruma after months. Tufuruma is like, that's when they get their money.
Oh, so the money is not invested, so it's
just
saved.
It is not. Okay. It's just saved.
Okay. And
then you'll find others who have people are past the boxing now. You know the box?
Yeah, the boxes, yes.
Most mechanics save in jerry cans.
They save in jerry cans. They don't take money to the bank.
And then they cut tea on top.
And they keep.
My friend, the day they open that jerry can, you'll fear.
Now, I would like to just let you know that the reason why we wanted to host you today was just to shine a light, especially for people in the informal sector, for them to know that actually there are options. saving alone, if you kept the money in a jerry can, you lose value.
You do lose
That
value.
money should be invested.
Yes.
Okay,
it should.
that money should be invested. It should be saved either at the bank. If you are not able to use the bank, you can actually use fund managers. They're unit trust funds where you're able to actually start with as little as 10,000 shillings. So this money keeps growing. Yes.
imagine.
And when you need this money, it's available for you. So just like when you have a bank account to keep your money safe,
Yes.
you also need to have an investment account, which then helps you to grow the savings that you have. Because when you look at retirement planning, we're all at different stages in life.
Yes.
I must say right now, I'm sure right now you know the importance of planning for retirement because you're almost there.
I learned the hard way.
Can you give us, in brief, the lessons you've learned for not starting early?
For not starting early.
Yes.
Anyway, for not starting early, I've faced so many challenges, but again, I've maneuvered my way. You start realizing so late that the 10,000 that you would have invested somewhere, like if you start in January, start investing 10,000 or whatever money you get, by the end of the year, that money will never be the same.
True.
Okay?
Yes.
Personally, I've been challenged. Why? Because I never got someone to guide me properly. Okay? People are like, ebincha byancha, atalifatalira bakatonda. My friend. The mechanics, the way they kusudia you. And then they will say, you think you're going to be here for ages. Bono finch. And then you find those scenarios where someone gets an accident and he or she dies. So we need those people who always come to us to guide us.
To guide you.
Like, because out of technology now, I know you can save your money even on using your phone.
Yes. MTN. Yeah.
You can use your phone to save money.
Yes.
You get your 5,000 or 10,000 or 20 and they say, instead of putting this money in the kidomola, let me save it.
True.
Okay? It will come in handy some months, some years to come. We need people to start talking to us.
Okay.
If
yes.
Personally I got someone to guide me. Zeshani singa sogera nawe.
Singa tuyogera nange.
Ngankwagaza. Sedda nyingi msala agajja kunyiga. But anyway, real life, I'm telling you, I've ever been there. I've ever spent a lot of money and asked myself, why did I do this? Why did I buy that? But I learned the hard way.
True.
Yes, I've learned the hard way.
It's not just about learning the hard way. We can actually start making very good decisions with our money. Number one, start small. Be consistent. Don't just save. Invest the savings. We have different funds that are on the market that can actually help you grow that money. When we talk about retirement, it's not like a very far-fetched thing. Actually, retirement is very close. You can actually decide when you want to retire. For example, you don't have to be 55 to retire. You can actually set a goal and say by 40 years, I want to retire. So let's start small. 40, even 35.
Hey.
Yes, you start early. And when I say start early, don't wait when you're 35 to start worrying about retirement. Start small and be consistent. And the best tip for you right now, Eddie, number one, saving alone is not good enough. Invest the savings. There are fund managers regulated by the Capital Markets Authority.
Wow.
There are unit trust funds that you can invest in your money.
Yeah.
You can use your MTN number to actually open an investment account, for example.
Yes.
Save your money even if you don't have a bank account.
Yes.
Because I know most of the mechanics don't have bank accounts.
Balina nenaku zino.
Bazirina chirungi then. Without in a bank accounts, then that's even better. You're able to invest your money. At the point you need this money, you always can recall it. You can always put in a withdrawal request and your money sent back to you.
Wow.
Yes.
I think it's a very good thing, but whoever is in charge of that should get as many people as possible.
Yes.
Mujje mubuulira abantu abaana ba looni batukoze bubi obutagambika. Someone is giving you 1 million. And mostly bakyala They come to your business, akafananyi chwa, take me to your home, chwa, endaga muntu chwa. And you ask yourself now,
do I really need this loan? Really? Or can I save up and then in 6 months I can afford?
Now, if people are being sensitized about this, about retirement and early saving, it is much, much better. You'll see some people don't take loans because they want them. You'll find yourself there, and then someone from the village will call, hello, edimuli mutia. Tuli bubi nnyo jjajja wameze ekijiiko. And you're like, what should I do? Nsale ekidomola kyange, I'm giving you.
An emergency can happen.
Kola kyonna ky'osobola. Ajja kufa omuzimu gojja gulaba, and then you say, Banag, I'm telling you, it happens. And then you find someone taking a loan of maybe 200,000 or 500,000, not because he's supposed to take it. And when you listen to the financial managers, what they teach us, it is not advisable to keep on taking loans here and there, here and there. And if I had saved my money, even if you have swallowed a saucepan, I just go to my MTN, even if you have 1 million shillings there, you send the 100K and you also cry. But so it's something we need to start now. You know, since I learned the hard way, I've taught my son, I work with my son, but I've taught him how to start investing and saving as early as possible. We've even reached an extent of saying, you know, when you send your money on MTN, they give you a message.
Yes.
Ndagaku message.
Show me proof that you're actually saving.
I don't care anyone has a job tomorrow, even if he withdraws this after a week, but it's a culture you're building. It's a culture you're building. And it's working. For me, it's working. I said, I don't want you to be like me. Okay, because...
And it's not too late, Eddie.
It's not.
It's never too late.
It's never too late.
You can even actually start now, and you end up actually having a very peaceful retirement. A very peaceful retirement. I
wanted to give you a story about the jerry can where mechanics put money. The day you'll find them when they've opened up that jerry can or jakutia. The money they put in those box jerry cans to do what? Yeah? You find someone pulling out 8 million shillings out of that jerry can.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, I was like, I found them, they closed themselves in a room. And they keep 50 etano kwebiri. Chinyanya chizike tebagala mukapapo. And the money was a lot, and they went and they bought a chikumi. Do you know chikumi?
A car.
A Toyota Corolla, we call it chikumi. Ngankadde kadde naye ngejoga.
Wow.
Now you can imagine if that person had saved that money,
invested,
so they had.
That's what we've learned.
Yes, I've invested that. He had invested that money. How much money would that be?
So what happens with investment is that your money keeps growing on a daily basis, and when you need daily basis, yes. Kasitozi tekayo sente zo mu unit trust. Olunaku lwozitaddeyo enkeera bazinvestinga. Bamala ozinvestinga mu unit trust. Otandika okufuna amagoba buli lunaku.
Every day.
Average is about between 9 to like 12% per annum.
So you said 9.
Between 9%.
Between 9
to 12%.
Give me 10%.
I give you 10%.
Okay. So if I start saving Micah 20,000 every 10,000. That means when I invest Micah 10,000, aomba ninawo mekeze yongeddeko.
10 zokka oba 10 nga bw'oyongerako.
Nkujjira. I'm giving you because those are the questions these people ask. This mechanic wangu wa bulijjo. These are the things he or she wants to know. If he's saving 70,000 a week, that means asula mutwalo, and he's investing 70,000 a week, times 4 is 200 and what? 280. So 280 times 12. Okay.
So how a unit trust works?
Yes.
Buli lw'oteekayo.
Yes.
Z'otaddeyo tugeze wiiki eweddeko ng'olina 70.
Yes.
Bakwata return eyo ey'omwaka the 10% gyenjogeddeko.
Okay.
Ne bagibalamu ne bagidividinga by the number of days in the year. Okufuna return ye y'olwo olunaku. Kati gy'okoma okwongerako kye tuyita compounding. Buli lw'oyongerako buli amagoba lwe gazaala nago bagongerako. Nekisigala nga ssente zo zizaala buli lunaku. Yeah, but average every year is between 10 to 12%.
Now you see.
Kisingako okuteeka mu kidomola nga teziri kkula.
Tezikula.
Kati nga bwe tugenda tuli planning for retirement.
Yes.
Retirement is coming 20-15 years later.
Yes.
Kati imagine nti gwe ssente zo buli lunaku ziri kuzaala. Tetuganye business nungi. Naye bwe tuteeka ssente zaffe zonna mu kintu ekimu. Kireta risk.
I know.
Anything that will happen to that business oba ogwawa.
Chikugambi. They call you from the village. Mbuyamize ekijiko. Ekidomolo boyino kisatu.
Yes. So what we would love people to learn today is that investing is important. Starting early to plan for retirement is equally important. It's good to buy land, it's good to buy houses, but it's also good to plan for emergencies. When such emergencies happen, where are you going to get money from? We shouldn't always run to the loans only. If we can save little bits of money here and there, by the time the emergency is happening, you have something to fall back to.
You know what happens when emergencies come in? You call, hello, Joseph. Onayo kumyao, and Joseph will tell you, Sidina, olaba, ngana muyambe mbweyo, ngana jiyamba. That's, and then before you know it, Joseph is no longer your friend. Why? Why you call him okutuka? That means invest your money.
Yes.
So is it possible to invest for a certain period of time?
Yes.
Let me say, I might say, I want to invest for 2 years. I want to invest for 6 months. I want to invest for a year. Is it possible that?
Very possible. There are different investment options. And these investment options depend on your goal. For example, how long are you investing? You can invest for a month. You can invest for 10 years. You can invest for 5 years. But the trick is, how long you invest for determines how you invest the money. Omuntu ali kuterekera for 10 years shouldn't invest the same way ngona ali kuterekera emyezi 3. Engeri gye baba bazinvestinzemu zino kubanga zikyukamu. Kyetuyita diversification.
Kubawo nyaawo makanika ayagala okumanya. Because baana babuuza ebibuuzo, they ask so many questions, but bwe bategeera lumu, they don't ask again. Invest, you can invest for a month.
Yes.
You can invest for
a year. Yes.
Why don't we have such people?
Ndi wano sebo totuse
antuse naye nange mfuneyo n'abantu abaana
abajja wansi ku ground.
I'm telling you, we need such things.
We will come.
We really need such things.
We'll come.
Why? Because people have COVID yatuyigiriza nnyo how to save and invest now.
Okutandika okweterekera obukadde.
Yes.
Olina kutandikirawo olunaku lw'otandika okufuna ssente. Oyino kubanga werekereza obanga werumiriza n'ogamba nti buli kasente kenfuna at least 10% oba 20% ngenda zizza ku side. Bwenziza ku side siteeka mu kidomola. I invest it mu unit trust, for example, oba nkola fixed deposit ne bank yange nga wenzitadde nzisize. Okutereka obuteresi nga tosize tekimala kubanga sente zaffe zigwa omuwendo buli lunaku. Naye buli lwoziteeka mu kintu ekizaala si business yo yokka anjagala ozeggyeko zibeere nga ziri mu investment ku MTN number yeyo joina osobola okugendako n'osangako zeno investment
oteeke mu business yo nga bwe zizaala
naye nga ne ku side otaddeyo ebigwa tebiraze. Si kirungi kutabula ssente za business na ssente za emergency. Kyova olaba ebiseera ebisinga mu business buli lwoteekamu ssente zonna emergency bwejja te business n'ogisuula olw'okuba ekizibu kiguddewo. Binalibadde nkusibirira ssebo tutandike katono na katini ke tuyina tutandike mangu osobola okufuna omukugu n'akuyamba. Ndi wano Sharon, Legacy Hills Investment esobola okuyamba. Tusobola okuwa guidance, otukubira akasimu otusanga ku WhatsApp kwe tuli ku TikTok.
Muri ku TikTok
kwe tuli ku TikTok
mutusuulirewo bu video
bungi by the way
mutusuulire video naye but what I can only say nti kino kintu kirungi kitegeeza ne bwoba tonnaba toli late nsobola okutandika enkya
ne leero anti bumugamba nnyo enkya temwerabira
leero
totandika nkya kuba enkya terutuuka
leero tulina okujooga tunakola enkya
nedda nsaaga nkusibirire entanda
nsaaga bannange
bagiyita ntanda kusibiridde entanda tandika leero
tweyanzizza nnyo mukwana entanda yo tugitutte makanika yenna ali eyo kitegeere tandika leero okujooga olijooga olulala myaka egijja mu maaso ng'olina ssente zo.
So as we wrap up the show, Eddie, thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
And would love to thank you so much, our subscribers and all those that are leaving comments on our podcast. Thank you so much. We love you and see you on the next episode.